Welcome back to the 74 Challenger restoration. Okay, we're going to start off with something a little different here. I have all these nuts and bolts for the brakes, the steering, everything like that. I have already sandblasted them, they're cleaned up. What we're going to do is we're going to treat these in a chemical to turn them black, a black oxide, which is this stuff right here. So it's made by a company called Caswell. Let me zoom in here. And it's a black oxide concentrate. So we're going to mix this up, 9 parts water to 1 part of this black oxide chemical. And then what we do is we just dip these things in, wait for about 5 to 10 minutes, the instructions say, and it will blacken them. We'll then rinse them off, and then you can dip them in oil or spray them with WD-40 just to kind of give them a bit of a shine. So we're going to start off with that and start actually restoring some of these nuts and bolts. Alright, first thing we're going to do is just degrease these things again. They are probably pretty clean, but I'm going to throw them in with some lacquer thinner here. This stuff's a really powerful chemical and is great for doing stuff like this. So we'll just kind of swirl it around a little bit, clean them up, and then we'll mix up our blackening solution. Now this chemical is so strong it actually eats your gloves away, so don't keep your hand in it too long. This is just just fresh water, just tap water. For the solution we're going to mix, I have distilled water. So I'm going to change my gloves and we'll mix this up here. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to go with 18 ounces of water and then 2 ounces of the solution. Two ounces of solution. Just mix this up a little bit. Alright, let's drop a few parts in and let's see what happens here. Which ones did I do first here? They've dried longer. Okay, we'll start with the ones for the steering components. It says to give it a little swirl around. Oh yeah, you can see them turning black already. Alright, so instructions say pull them out and just dip them into regular tap water to stop the process. Whoops! A little swirl. Okay, and then I guess from here we just coat them in oil or something. Alright, well, there we go. You know, they look nice. Will it stand the test of time? I'm a bit skeptical, to tell you the truth. But this vehicle's never going to be driven in like, you know, out in the salt or anything like that, and you know, might see a bit of rain, so I guess time will tell. It certainly looks a lot nicer. Yeah, looks a lot nicer. Okay, try that. Alright, just got some goodies in the mail. My power steering setup has arrived. So this is a complete kit by a company called Bergman. I believe I'm pronouncing that right. And this comes with everything you need. So you've got the pump, you've got the the pulley, power steering unit itself. This is a Borgson. Alright, you got your belts, all your hoses, everything you need. And then this unit is going to bolt right over onto our K-frame. So I'm gonna get that thing installed tonight. All right, back into the service manual. It looks like, let me see if I can focus that. Looks like we're going for bolt E. And E wants a target of 100 foot-pounds. So we're going to take these bolts that we just blackened, and we're going to torque those down to 100 foot-pounds. Alrighty, okay, that's torqued to 100. Next up is this idler arm. This is going to get torqued down to 70 foot-pounds. And I guess you got to put the bolt up through the bottom because it doesn't fit the other way. So we'll go with that. Oh yeah. Okay, next up we're going to tackle this pitman arm here. So this is going to slide onto there, right? And then we're going to throw that nut on. We torque it to 175 pounds. I might have to take this off the table and lean on it a different way in order to get it up to 175. But all right, as always, I'm going to give it a coat with some anti-seize here. Okay, that boot on like that. Okay, key it in the right position. Yeah, I'm gonna drive it on with the impacts to start with. Right there. Alright, let's see what we can do. I don't think I'm going to be able to get this. Oh, of course it moves. Oh! No. I just can't get the leverage I need on this thing. Ah! Alright, I'm gonna have to, I think I'll put that on the floor later and see if I can lean on it, but for now that's snug good enough. And then we have our crossbar here. I went back to look at the pictures that I had, and this is the correct orientation where it kind of bows out. And you can only put it on one way because these guys are tapered. So it's going to be something like that. And, oh, I forgot. Got to put your cup on, your dust boot. Okay. This one already has it. Actually, I'm tempted to put just a hair of anti-seize on here as well. I really like putting this stuff on everything. Makes it easier coming apart later. Okay, that is the orientation we're looking for. Just start that on. And we torque these to 40 foot-pounds. Okay, 40. All right, there we have it. All right, well there we have it. We have our power steering pump assembled. We have this front steering crossbar in, everything's torqued. Now I realize there's a lot more to assemble to this, like we don't have the spindles on, the ball joints, the tie rods and all that kind of stuff. I'm gonna wait till this whole unit is installed on the car. This thing's getting heavy enough. And really for the purpose of what I want to do, that's probably about as much as this is about as far as I want to go. We got the bulk of it on there. We're going to be able to set the motor onto these mounts, slide this whole assembly under the car, and then once it's there, I can put the rest of this stuff on quite easily, install the spindles, ball joints, tie rods. So that's where we're going to leave it for now. I think that's turned out really nice. Really happy with how this has come together. All right, I think we're gonna call it here. It's a pretty short episode. Finished up getting that K-frame ready, installed power steering unit, showed you how to blacken those bolts and stuff like that, and we got the crossbar installed. So we'll leave it here. Still a lot more work to be done, but we'll tackle that later. Next up, we're gonna start working on the 440, getting it ready to install on that K-frame unit. Thanks for watching, everyone. See you in the next episode. Make sure you like and subscribe.